Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing having a wonderful Sunday morning. We are. Charlie and we just went outside to water the lawn. It's been very dry. They forecast rain all the time, but it's hardly any water coming up. Sunday morning, and BCH is probably getting ready to do another pump. It took a little bit of a break a few days ago, but looking at it again, it looks pretty decent at the moment. Okay, this is the all-time chart here. As you can see, we're kind of heading into the heading up again. We were there in January of 2025, then April of 2024, right here, and we're heading into another area, it appears. Even though we were down, actually today we were down, came down a little bit, but a few days ago it kind of just stood its ground a little bit, although it did come down, but it's kind of stood its ground more than the other altcoins. Bitcoin Cash at one point, when it was forking, when they had that fork, it was a big deal, and people were taking it out on the streets and calling each other names out in the, the miners and the other and everybody involved was having at it to either fork Bitcoin or just leave it alone. And it came to the point that I don't know if any of you know that Bitcoin Cash was almost made to be called Bitcoin, and Bitcoin was going to take on another name, but eventually, by a very, very small margin, Bitcoin stayed Bitcoin, and Bitcoin Cash became Bitcoin Cash. So it was one of those things that the name almost, we almost got stuck with. Not got stuck, but we almost it became different. It would have been a different situation. How that would have affected prices and so forth, I don't know. Bitcoin is in people's minds, and then the media, especially the media. They caught on to cryptocurrency later on after it had started, and they call cryptocurrency Bitcoin. But Bitcoin Bitcoin Cash almost became called Bitcoin. That's according to Roger Ver. I remember reading up about him, talking about the fork and how it happened by a very, very narrow margin. So with that, I mean, the two. I'm surprised that it's only Bitcoin took off and not Bitcoin Cash. Almost same amount of coins out there. Now, I mean, what's to prevent Bitcoin Cash from contending with Bitcoin? They were almost like, I don't know, you want to call it twins that got separated at later on in life, conjoined twins that got separated. That's kind of what it was, actually, if you really look at the history behind it all. But anyways, I digress. And the amount of the value of Bitcoin, if this stuff just continues climbing, I hate to say what the grayscale Bitcoin Cash price is going to be. BCHG. If it continues the trend, if it continues, like I said, like it's in several videos already, if it becomes a contender for the number one spot, can it do it? I kind of think so. Even though I guess I'm biased. I admit, okay, I'm biased because I own Bitcoin Cash, and I own Bitcoin Cash, Grayscale. So yeah, I guess I'm biased. Now, if I was an XRP owner, I would also be saying, "Oh yeah, XRP is going to." But XRP has too many coins out there, and it's not a real blockchain. And it never was part of Bitcoin, like Bitcoin Cash was. So it was forked from Bitcoin. Some of the other coins were also forked from it, but this was a battle for basically the name itself. 5-day chart going up on Bitcoin Cash, Grayscale. So is the Bitcoin Cash native. You see the nice pattern year to date. Year to date is still red, but it's because it was up January 2025. But we have a nice from the bottom here. We have a nice steady move up. Here everybody just sold off because I'm leaving. I'm the mutineers. They left about 3 months ago. 3 months ago and about maybe 6 months ago. And that's exactly, they sell when when they're supposed to hold. I was watching some of Ethan's videos, and he said he's holding on to a lot of this stuff, no matter what. And yeah, the same thing with me. I'm not going to sell it when it gets here. I may be tempted to sell just a little bit so I can live off another year without getting a job. But looking at the maximum on Bitcoin Cash, it has a way to go, and not only that, the native, if it goes up, Bitcoin Cash goes up more than the native. No financial advice. Just everything that I say, just take it as entertainment. But that's what I see. This is the native we're looking at right now. This is the all-time chart. It's beginning to climb. It's a very nice, steady climb compared to let's say here. Okay, right here you had a huge movement up fast, and then it dropped, and then another huge movement up. Now this one has developed over. It's got to be like 2 months now, 2.5 months or so. Very steady climb to this level here, which is very what would you say? Very promising. To me, it is. This is the way I see charts. I never took a course or anything on this, but I've learned over so many years that I've been doing stocks and stuff like that. 20, 30 years that I've been doing stocks. Since 1995 or so. I started buying some stocks, and I got a lot of years under my belt. I didn't trade all the time, but I was always into them. But I didn't know what I was doing. And now I know what to do, basically what to avoid. And I'm not avoiding this one. This one is this is a keep right here. Imagine it going here, and then imagine it going to 100,000 to be in the content with Bitcoin, or overtaking Bitcoin, and Bitcoin starts. I mean, it's a possibility. It's a possibility that nobody says that Bitcoin has to be the number one coin out there. Could be one day that Bitcoin Cash overtakes it, and it's out of all of them. And I own some of it, so I'm biased. But I also own Litecoin and Monero and Dash and a couple others, Solana and Tesos and Chainlink, little Dogecoin, $100 in Bitcoin. I don't keep Bitcoin. Um, I don't know why. I did, but I sold some of it, and I like the altcoins. I don't know. I just a better, I don't know, a better opportunity perhaps of them going up in value, appreciating more than Bitcoin. Even though Bitcoin is like, you put money in Bitcoin, it goes up. But nothing is written in stone that all of a sudden nobody buys Bitcoin anymore. They all start buying altcoins. Or they start putting their money in Bitcoin Cash. Imagine Michael Saylor and all those people putting, instead of buying Bitcoin, hey, guys, let's not put everything in Bitcoin. Let's buy some of the other ones too. What? They're going to buy the wrong ones, of course, because they're inexperienced. And later on, I think with the time, it will tell. And, the Warren Buffetts and the Coca-Colas are going to be long-term holds. Okay, so I've covered that for today. What are the markets doing? Today we did not too good with Bitcoin Cash. It's kind of down, just a few dollars, but every this is the native. We're looking at the native. Everything's heading up, not exponentially or not parabolically, but everything is moving. This 1 year, this is the all-time chart. Everything's moving steadily up. I don't see that in other coins. Okay, so it could be that people are beginning to say, hey, this is not it's not going away. Let's pick some up. Let's look at the coin market cap. We're at 3.95 trillion, guys, and we were at 118 and we went down to 117 at Bitcoin. I talk about Bitcoin because it's kind of like the gauge, but it's not the final. You all know that it's not the final gauge to gauge our holdings. Market went up nicely yesterday and last night especially, and then it kind of went down this morning, and it's picked up again. I see after I went out with my little dog to water the Chainlink, 36% up in 7 days. Chainlink doing good. I got some Chainlink. Stellar 13% up. Bitcoin Cash 5% in the last 7 days, of course. And of course, Litecoin 12%, guys, 12% on Litecoin. I don't talk about the other coins because not many people hold the other ones. File G. Let's look at the file coin. I don't even know where they're at. Even they're on the first page or not. Filecoin number 57. Well, okay, 11% up. So hopefully Monday will my portfolio will go up a little bit more. Okay, I think that's covering Sunday morning. Oh yeah, like I was saying, I was watching some of Ethan's videos. He's like, I'm not talking bad about the guy, but let's see, where did he go? There he is. Grayscale BCHG could hit nice price points in a few months, and he's got his cult leader shirt on. That's funny. But the thing is that most of his videos are like, he wasn't on time in his predictions, basically. But he's, nobody expected, that we're going to go so far into after having, not having a altcoin season. It just seems like I said in my other videos, I think altcoin season is a thing of the past. It's not going to be, it's over. and now it's up to a different pattern to develop, and we're just going through it right now, firsthand. And if anything, Ethan is probably like a year behind, maybe. Now, who's to say that we go back down again, and then things just pick up in mid-year next year? There's no way to say exactly what's going to happen. There's no way to predict. Give me all the charts that you want, and charts I never read. They're shit. They're no good. Don't waste your time with these people with the charts and telling you all these things that are going to happen. Put it in, flip the coin and see if it comes out the side that you call. And I think we're doing. It's exciting because it's really exciting because I want to see some of you guys out there. Once you start talking about, my God, I put in 100,000 in LTCN and now I got like, I don't know, 100 million or who knows. Which, greed enters the picture. Like, yeah, I want some of that. And for you new people, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy. If I had the cash, what I would do, I'm telling you what I'm doing, not what you have to do, okay? No financial advice here, guys. Please do your due diligence, but don't get second mortgages and stuff like that. And if you got, if I had $1,000 laying around someplace, I don't have anything right now, I would buy some LTCN or BCHG, especially those two. Even like stuff like Zcash and File G and GXLM. I think it's another one that's going to be really, really taken off. It's already taken off, but we're probably never going to see these prices again. Dash, oh my God, $23. Last bull run, 2017. Yeah, 2017, 18 or something like that. Dash was like $300 or so, and it went up as high as 500, and then it started coming down like crazy. Why? I have no idea, but Dash is a coin that a lot of people hold. And they don't. Why it came down so much, I don't know. But it's like cheap at the moment. I'm not telling you to buy or anything like that. I'm just saying that if I had the money, I would buy stuff like Dash or BCHG. Yeah, I would still buy. Or the native BCH. Either one. Litecoin, LTCN. I would buy those. GXLM. I would buy that and just hold on for a long time. Native or or Grayscale. Okay, I've talked enough. See you guys later.